Welcome to Endurance, Noise, and Random Musings. I'm your host, Andy Noise. It is Saturday night, April 3rd, 2021, about 9:17 here in Bakersfield, California. Upcoming tomorrow, I will be doing Keeping Up with the Kilometers with Tracy B. And so check us out on Clubhouse. And then Monday, of course, the Jester and I will be doing Ultra Running 101, Andy and the Jester, on Clubhouse. So if you're on there, seek us out. It was going pretty good today, not much going on there. So it was race day, of course, too. I did this video podcast last night. My sleeping has continued on with the insomnia. Just no fun at all. So I'm hoping it goes away. My local restaurant here in town, Better Bowls, really got vegan options. I guess they're doing all kinds of Easter bunnies and stuff like that. Chocolate bunnies, chocolate and vanilla cupcakes, bunny sugar cookies, shepherd's pie, Easter baskets, all vegetarian, vegan. So that was pretty nice of them. And then, of course, the big thing for me today was I was at the headed out to Calm, and I did a 5K, and it was pretty nice just to be able to be out there with people. Nice kind of out there at Calm, the animal preserve. I ended up getting a total of 10 miles and had some pretty good racing times. Here's my performances, actually, according to Training Peaks. So this is my best 400, 800K, mile, 5K, and 5 mile, all that combined. You know, and since my fall, this is about the fastest I've gone. And I did just walk the entire event. Not a whole lot of endurance noise news going on, but Candace, what I talked about yesterday, is on the FKT. Looks like she went from Mexico to Patagonia, Arizona. Says she knew last year's attempt that day one is hard due to the elevation, 9,000-foot mountain climb, and lots of climbing, 10,000 feet. Necessity of carrying a lot of water and having got up at 2 a.m. to get the start at 6:57 from the border with a long drive and 3.5-mile hike to the border start. Day one, I started one of the toughest sections of the whole AZT. Keep my pace easy and focus, knowing that a heavy pack and a long day will be very strenuous. I knocked out 50 miles this morning, got a little unexpected resupply in Patagonia as convenience store is open, yay. Also got the hose off my shirt and wet my clothes for another day. And I guess the current record is Heather Anderson, who, of course, owns many of the records out there. She's done self-supported 19 days, 17 hours. It's an average of 40 miles a day. And Helen Garakis has the supported version of 17 days, 11 hours, average of 45 miles a day. So good luck to Candace. I know she's been out there a few times trying to get that record. And then, like last weekend, there was a backyard with Harvey Lewis, ultra runner, great 24-hour team member as well. He's sporting his beard. I've never seen him with the beard. He's got definitely looking different. And he's been talking about his... he's been doing posts about why he thinks he did so well, and he is, of course, a vegan. He actually runs to and from work as a school teacher, too, which is pretty cool. He says, eating plant-based really is an advantage, both in energy, consistency, and limiting the risk of stomach issues, both in training as well as racing. And he says, the vegan food I consume racing is not what I eat training. The design is to consume a lot of calories, whether by fat, simple, or complex carbohydrates and sodium. I laughed with my crew. Chief Max said I consumed about 850 calories the first lap alone with no stomach or digestive issues. Dairy can curdle, especially in the heat, and not be easily digestible, as well as causes inflammation. Meat takes longer to digest. Eating plant-based gave me the opportunity to consume a steady stream of calories lap after lap. Never hit a low major low. Got a little sleepy late in the second day. He says he averaged less than 850 calories and stuff like that. I myself, and I remember hearing this really good podcast about Attila the Hun and Genghis Khan, those kind of guys, that one of the abilities they had was to, as an adult, was able to drink milk. They were lactose tolerant, and that was one reason they had 100,000 and they could beat 1 million Chinese, because the Chinese had to lug their food, where the Genghis Khan guys would just go and have milk from their mares. So I have done many a 100-mile race and drank milk throughout it. I'm known for getting about 100 miles for a gallon of milk, but that's just the way I tolerate things. I was on Clubhouse earlier today, I guess it was yesterday, and they had some NASA scientists were doing star biology. I can't talk today. But anyways, they're talking about biology out in the universe, and they said that one of the things that was going to happen, obviously, with space flight for humans, is you're definitely going to have to be a vegan, because we're definitely not going to be taking meat products and things like that up there, because they're just take so much time and effort to to raise a pig or raise animals. Of course, they are talking about lab meat. I know Joe Rogan talks about it all the time, and they're supposedly getting better and better at it. In the show notes, I put a link to my Instagram, and I retweeted this, and he's got a whole list of things that he eats during the race. So pretty good stuff. Whoops, man. They're so sensitive. And then just mostly my Instagram was just full of me putting out little reels of videos and things from the race. I always enjoyed doing that. Of course, I was out here today. It seems like a daily occurrence on my bike paths that someone's up to no good. These people just decide, we'll just drive our cars on here to the lawn, even though there's a parking lot less than 100 yards away. Just amazing. The other day I was out at Hart Park, and people riding mini bikes, and then someone riding a Jeep on their bike path. Just never ends. And same thing, we have another fire off in the distance. We have quite a few fires. I call it a fire about a couple times a month. And I did a 5-mile walk this evening. I call a fire at least a couple times a month, and I'm almost worried that the 911 people are going to think I'm the one setting the damn things. So that was the Strava. And we go over here to Twitter, and let me see here. Got to get to my profile. Dang it. Kind of thought I had this page set up, and I don't have it set up. Oh, one thing I was watching today, which I really thought was cool, is they had indoor triathlons. And it was really cool. It was like the Sprint Triathlon League, STL. And so they'll do like swim, run, bike, then bike, run, swim, and they do like 3 different versions. They score points, and then they're running on these really great treadmills, the ones that don't have motors, and assault ones, and then it's all on Swift too, except for the swimming, obviously. Really enjoyed watching that. It was pretty dang cool. And there was a track meet yesterday at Hayward Field, and it was just talking about, here's some information on a 5K. XC and track are not the same thing. Guy who was 107th in NCAA cross country just beat the guy who was first, Edward Herrera, 13:24. Nice time. BYU had, also, I know at this point we're used to BYU being very good, but I just want to point out that a college team having 3 guys run 13:26 or faster in the same race is bonkers, and that is definitely crazy. So they had 33-second PB for Colorado's Edward Herrera to win the men's 5,000 at the Hayward Premiere, and then, of course, BYU guys got small PRs, and that means they get to be in the Olympic trials as well, which are going to be held at Hayward Field. This was interesting here. February, U.S. District Judge in Washington, D.C. ruled that requiring a permit for commercial filming in national parks is a violation of free speech. And I know that I've heard about that when I was doing more photography. Sometimes people would say, you might have to follow these rules. And I was like, I don't make any money. I'm not really a professional. This was like, it goes hand in hand with that indoor triathlon stuff I was watching. There's growing evidence that non-motorized treadmills might be more beneficial to your training than traditional treadmills. Here's what we know. And I'm definitely going to in fact, I'm going to make sure I save that. Darn it, I don't know where I can save it. I'll have to do it sometime later. Let's see. I'm definitely going to, there it is, the Google Keep. That's where I put show notes and things in. So I'm definitely going to get one of those assault things. It costs a fortune, but I can definitely see the non-motorized is the way to go. It's a lot harder. I think it's a lot more natural. I've been using my beat-up old treadmill. It's decent with my Garmin. And then they were showing how in the race they were using this little light sensor that read the treadmill. And so I just ordered one of those, and I'll definitely be making a video on it. Can't remember what it's called right now, but it was only $100, and it's super accurate. So I'm going to get one of those. I just already ordered it through Swift. And this article is kind of interesting. Put another way, how fast do you have to be to not be on Instagram? What makes a pro runner valuable to a brand? And I've been talking to many people about this, and it's not what you think a lot of times. Just winning races isn't always the case. Brad Studelberg, I always love him. Show up, do the work, take right action, sleep at night. I wish I could do that sleep thing. In fact, I'm going to be going to sleep pretty soon here, and I really hope to do that. And let's see, anything else there? Not too much on the Twitter world. I just got done playing a poker match to start off at $25, up to about $30. Of course, I did lose $5 at a cash table. And so it was kind of fun. Whoa. Fat fingers. My profit history's gone up. I played 73. Average profit a whole 14 cents. My ROI is 17.1%. $11.62. So really, if I hadn't played that other thing, I would be up at 36. But like I said, I stupidly played some cash games and cash game swings. And you can see over time, it was 0, and then it's been kind of steadily climbing. Pretty happy with the results, especially since what I'm doing now is just entering tournaments really late and trying to survive and then go on from there. So good fun. In fact, I was trying to forget. I'm on Twitch, so you can watch me play, actually. Not that it's very interesting. Mainly doing it just to record it so I can look back at it when I have time. And then, of course, my Fitbit stats, that's the distance it was showing. I'm at 100 miles according to my Fitbit, but I don't count those as pure miles. Resting heart rate did go down a little bit. You can see where I had the race, and then I went and did a 5-miler this evening. Some good stuff there. Look at that 2:59 sleep. I did come home from my 10 miles in the morning, and I did nap on and off, but Fitbit did not record it. So I got a sleep score, 68. Not very good either, so that was kind of disappointing. The exercise, 3 hours and 35 minutes in the morning, hour and 30 in the evening. Nice 5-hour day. And water. Again, actually, I have to, I just filled it up. So, wait a minute here. There it goes. Oh, I'm doing 72. Can't quite get that last one in. And then wanted to go here and briefly on my Strava. I'm at 84 miles right now, so I got to do 16 tomorrow to get my 100-mile week, which would be the second one of this year. I did the first one at the beginning of the year on my 6 days at the home. So, unfortunately, I got to do 16 tomorrow. Thankfully, I'm meeting some friends to do 7 or 8 with them on an easy Sunday morning, and then hopefully I'll just go out and crank out. Maybe I'll do some on the Swift machine because I set it out. It's within reach. I do 100-mile weeks the hard way. I don't do 20, 25 one day and then a bunch of that. I basically just go out and do 10 in the morning, 5 in the evening, and you'll get 100 miles. It's not the simplest. It gets you pretty tired. And so next week I'm not going to do so much because I do have that Burroughs 10-mile race, and I want to do decently at that. So as always, please subscribe if you would. I've got a few more subscribers. Thank you for the likes and the comments. It's always appreciated. And as always, stay healthy, be boring, not epic. Like some more fires. It's almost every day nowadays. Oh, there's plenty of parking over there, but if you're special, you get to park on the grass, I guess. A nice parking job there, though, at least. A nice parking job there, though, at least.